Alright guys, so it's time for another What's in My Wallet update. So we're halfway through the year now and a lot has changed in terms of my credit card rotation. My partner and I have already churned through several cards throughout the year, so I thought I'd give everyone an update as to which cards we've opened and closed, as well as the points we've been able to accumulate so far as well. There's also been a slight update to my approach and strategy to American Express, so I'll share that as well, and then I'll end off with talking about what cards I'm looking to open next. So first things first, if you haven't noticed already, I actually got a new wallet. It's a 3-slot card holder from Bottega Veneta in this kind of grayish with an undertone of green color. I definitely much prefer using this card over my previous one, simply because I no longer have a need to carry as many cards as I used to. With most of my cards now on Apple Pay, I really only have the need to carry 1 to 3 cards at max at any given time. So with that out of the way, let's talk about my first key change that I've made in my wallet, and that's updating my Keeper card to the American Express Platinum Edge credit card. Now in my previous video, I had the American Express Essential card as my Keeper card. However, unfortunately, that was discontinued earlier in the year. Now the reason why I changed the AMEX Platinum Edge card is several months ago, I actually received an email from American Express themselves offering me to upgrade to the Platinum Edge card. And with that upgrade, I'd receive a bonus 40,000 Amex reward points after spending $1,500 in the first 3 months. Now, I've always seen the Platinum Edge card as kind of like the little brother to the Explorer card. It has similar benefits to the Explorer, such as the $200 travel credit, which essentially offsets the annual fee of the card. But where the Platinum Edge beats out the Explorer card is with the ability to earn up to 3 Amex reward points whenever you pay for your groceries or refuel your car. The only major downside with the Platinum Edge card is that typically the sign-up bonus doesn't include any bonus Amex reward points, which is pretty much why I never considered applying for it. But with this upgrade offer from American Express, I pretty much applied on the spot. Now in my previous video, I actually talked about how I was considering to actually close down my Essential card, wait 18 months before reapplying for the Platinum card to take advantage of another sign-up bonus from American Express. And the reason why I was considering doing that is because with American Express, to be eligible for a sign-up bonus, you do need to be a new customer, and in their terms and conditions, a new customer is defined as anyone who hasn't had or held any American Express credit card for at least 18 months. But I've actually heard feedback from a lot of other credit card enthusiasts that American Express has been cracking down on approving applications from people who tend to open and close credit cards on a frequent basis, which is why I decided against closing down on my Essential card and then waiting 18 months to try and reapply for the Platinum card. I would have been seriously gutted if I waited 18 months only to be rejected by American Express. So moving forward, this Platinum Edge card will be my new Keeper card moving forward. And because of the 3x earn rate, whenever my partner and I go buy groceries or refuel my car, we'll be using this card, and in all other situations, we'll be using my partner's Amex Explorer card in order to maximize the number of Amex reward points that we earn. Now quickly, before I dive into which cards my partner and I have opened over the past year, I briefly wanted to mention again the strategy and approach to credit cards that my partner and I take. We follow what I like to call a 2-player strategy, and this is essentially when you and your partner open and close credit cards together to accumulate a large number of points in the shortest period of time possible. Now these could be the same credit cards that you both open and close, or they could be different as well. It's one of the most effective ways to accumulate a large number of frequent flyer points or cashback in the shortest amount of time possible. The 2-player strategy works incredibly well whenever you're accumulating Qantas or Velocity points because you can transfer points to one another, so it really doesn't matter who's accumulating the points. With American Express, it doesn't work as well because the person that's earning those points has to be the one that's redeeming those points. However, I still think there's ways around this. Through this strategy, my partner and I have already booked our return flights to Europe next year with Qatar and Singapore Airlines both in business class. And this was all through the power of credit card reward points. Between the both of us, for our return trips to Europe, we paid approximately $800 in taxes and fees. If we would have paid cash for those same airfare tickets, it would have cost us close to $20,000 in total. So hopefully you now understand the power of credit card reward points and just how much value you can get from redeeming reward flights with those points. So next, let's talk about the cards that I've opened and closed this year so far. So at the beginning of the year, I was churning through the St. George Amplify Rewards signature card, which had a sign-up bonus of 150,000 Amplify reward points after spending $12,000 in 12 months, with a reduced first-year annual fee of $99. Honestly, I had a few regrets when I signed up for this card. Even though I had 12 months to meet that spend criteria, $12,000 is a lot of money to spend, so it definitely took me longer than expected to actually meet that spend criteria. If I had have done it again, I probably wouldn't have signed up for this card. I ended up transferring those Amplify reward points to Velocity at a rate of 2-to-1, which netted me a total of 75,000 Velocity points. Plus, I did this whilst there was a transfer promotion, so as an added bonus, I received another 11,250 Velocity points on top. The next card that I opened was the Velocity Flyer card. Now, I've talked about this card numerous times this year, and for good reason. It has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 Velocity points, where you will earn 30,000 points for each month that you spend at least $1,500 for the first 2 months. It has a reduced first-year annual fee of just $74, and on top of that, you also receive a travel credit with Virgin Australia of $129, which means that you actually come out on top with this credit card, meaning there's actually no out-of-pocket costs, which is actually pretty rare when it comes to credit cards that earn frequent flyer miles. The only downside with this card is that it doesn't come with any international travel insurance. So whenever you're booking flights, I would recommend using a different card that comes with complimentary international travel insurance. But overall, I think this is a great credit card, especially if you're someone who's looking to accumulate Velocity points. So those are the cards that I've personally opened and closed this year. Next, let's talk about what my partner has opened and closed. So as my partner's keeper card, she has the AMEX Explorer card, and she's had this card now for around 4 to 5 years, and we definitely expect to continue using it moving forward. So for my partner's other cards, she's actually opened 2 additional cards this year, and both of them have actually been the same card. And both of them were the Velocity Flyer card as well. Yes, you heard that right. She has applied and been approved for this exact same card twice now over the span of around 4 to 5 months. And the kicker on top was that during both of those times when she was applying and got approved for that credit card, Velocity were actually running a promotion where you could earn an additional 30,000 bonus Velocity points when you apply and get approved for any Velocity point earning credit card, which means that my partner on both occasions earned a total sign-up bonus of 90,000 Velocity points, while still only having to pay that $74 annual fee both times. And additionally, she also received the $129 travel credit both times as well. So in total, over a span of 4 to 5 months, she's earned over 180,000 Velocity points. Now you might be asking yourself, how is this possible? Because typically with credit cards, you need to be deemed a new customer to be eligible to receive another sign-up bonus, taking point the American Express example that I talked about before. Now with the Velocity Flyer card, if you read through their T's and C's, it actually doesn't reference anything of the sort with regards to being eligible to receive the sign-up bonus, meaning that you could technically close and then reapply for this card in a span of a month, and if you're approved, you'll be eligible to receive that sign-up bonus again. Now, I will caveat that this isn't always guaranteed to work. In my partner's case, it did. So she waited around 3 to 4 weeks between closing and then reapplying for the card. She also used a different email in the second time that she applied. However, when I tried to do this, unfortunately, I was rejected. Now, I will caveat that I only waited around a week and a half between closing down my credit card and reapplying for the credit card. So that might have been a factor, and I also did use the same email as well. So if you do want to try this method, I would recommend at least waiting 1 month between closing and reapplying for this credit card, and then maybe also use a new email just to be safe. So in total this year, my partner and I have opened and closed a total of 5 new credit cards between the two of us, and I've earned over 350,000 frequent flyer miles between American Express and Virgin Australia. Now, the reason why we've been focused on earning velocity points is because I already have quite a large amount of Qantas points saved up, and I like to have a mixture of points available because it just gives you more flexibility when you're searching for reward flights because you have more options to choose from. Plus, we've also been transferring our velocity points to Singapore's KrisFlyer program because there's a number of flights that we're looking to book next year with Singapore Airlines directly. Now, lastly, I thought I'd talk about what cards I'm going to be opening next. So I've actually just recently applied for the Suncorp Clear Options Platinum credit card. As a sign-up bonus, you'll receive 140,000 bonus reward points after spending $4,500 in the first 3 months. It has an annual fee of $129, and it comes with a few additional perks such as complimentary travel insurance, purchase protection, and also 24/7 personal concierge service. Now, the main reason why I signed up for this credit card is because you can transfer those Suncorp reward points to Singapore's KrisFlyer program at a rate of 2.5 to 1, which is the highest transfer rate to Singapore Airlines for a flexible reward program that I know of. American Express and many other flexible reward programs actually increase the transfer rate to Singapore Airlines from 2 to 1 to 3 to 1. Now, the second card that I signed up for isn't actually a credit card, but it's actually Crypto.com's Ruby card. Now, this isn't technically a credit card, it's more like a pre-loaded Visa card where you're able to actually spend your cryptocurrency. This card definitely isn't for anyone, especially if you're not in the crypto space. However, in order to receive this card, you need to stake at least 500 Australian dollars worth of Crypto.com's CRO token. Now, staking is essentially like a term deposit where you lock up your tokens for a set period of time. However, during that time, you also earn interest as well. Now, some of the benefits that do come along with this card is that you do receive 1% cashback on all of your purchases, and you also get up to 6 months worth of Spotify Premium reimbursed when you use this card to pay for your subscription. Crypto.com actually offers 5 tiers of these cards. The run that I'm applying for is the second tier, so it's not the most basic, but it's a step above. So there are 3 more tiers of card above this, which do give more benefits like more cashback, as well as more reimbursements as well. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button down below because it really does help out the channel, and subscribe for more credit card content in the future. And finally, if you guys are interested in learning about credit card hacking or credit card churning and how you can use this method to accumulate a large number of frequent flyer points as quickly as possible, make sure to check out this video right here.